Well, gee, an hour ago I made you a quick video. 5 minutes worth. It was too long. Didn't have the color then. Of course, that color appears to be possibly on a chemtrail. Hey, the moon's there. Stars are up. Tide just got here. So the dogs went totally apeshit. It's 5:30. I should be out checking that traveler, but I'm going to go see if the paper's here and go from there. Becky and I actually spent the night in our bedroom last night. Moved the mattress on the floor in there and stood the bed frame up against the wall. Went to bed kind of late. Got up a little early. I've been awake since probably 3:30. Finally got out of bed about 4. Dink around in the shop for a bit. Now, get the newspaper. Then see if we can get the cows out of the 3-corner piece and back there in the back, because it's supposed to be hotter today than it was yesterday, and it's supposed to be even hotter tomorrow. Give them a chance to stay somewhat cool. And Traveler's probably going to run the 3-corner piece. We may take the little one and put up where the big one is now to run the fence line, because that needs it. Well, there's a Wally. He just come from the barn. These girls finally figured it out. We're gonna take the little Traveler and run the headland, and move the big Traveler up where the cows were in the 3-corner piece. They've been thinking they were short of grass over there for a couple of days, and as hot as it's going to be, yeah, it was too damn hot for them yesterday. There's Minnie and Boomer, and I think that's the 6th number. Boomer's kid, young cow, Dancer, and of course they're all excited, but they don't get to come over here. That's one reason we're going to run the headland up there, because that hillside hasn't gotten much water for a while. And I think everybody came down, but I'm not sure. So hopefully that's what she's going up to check. Yeah, the little one's going. Kind of nice having help this morning. It's on, valve's on a little over a turn, I think, which it's shooting like I want it to. That one's still shooting good enough. I got it slowed down a little because that's a short run. And mid to late afternoon it should be in, and we'll move it to the next one, which should run it overnight. And this one will go from here straight down the line. There's one riser between. That's all we can get is 2 risers. The other riser, it's actually just past the end riser. So the next one, we'll move it to the riser partway up the hill up there, which is what that one's going to be on overnight. And then we'll pull it out to here and get this stretch. The cows are happy down there. And right when Ty and I got the big Traveler moved over, you can see who all is down there. Becky walked down with Blakely. They were talking to the cows. So now we go see what the day brings. Oh yeah, by the way, the orb. Becky got Oma showing Blakely how to do the gate thing. And they're FaceTiming or whatever. Bike won't go to neutral. So, happier cows.
Yeah, except for your granddaughter just said a bad word.
Uh-oh.
Tyler said C-U-N-T, only said it for real, and she repeated it. And then we called her mom and said, hey, you got to watch what you're saying around her, because Titi said C-U-N-T.
We don't say bad words, do we?
And then she said the word again.
That's because you said it.
Hey, you having fun? You want to go?
Excuse
She wants to get over there with the cows.
On your booty.
On your booty butt.
We might have displaced a few, because there were some over there eating.
Hi, baby.
Oh, geez, now she's talking to Maury.
I forgot shoes for Blakely, but we brought down the dogs, and the dogs have all been in the
Mom?
water.
Of course. Well, look close to that. Stretch a hose out. And hook the fuel line. Give it a little blow. Park this probably over there about the middle of the screen. Take that home. Ty's gonna clean it up a little bit and grease it. After she brings me down to get the John Deere, and we get it over here, and I'll load shit up and take it home. I doubt we're gonna bale much today, as at 8:30 it was just a mere 65 degrees already. Yay.
Turn your ass and park in front of the tractor.
And she's sneaking around me, I guess is what she said. So, take that hose and hook the trailer supply, push that red knob back in, and blow a line out. I hate moving this baler in the mornings. Those tires are cold, the flat spots are big. It's bouncing enough right now, and I'm only doing maybe 7.5 miles an hour. Makes for a long drive. Uphill's a little better. Downhill's a really bumpy ride. And even at best, when they are nice and warm and they're round, 13 to 15 miles an hour is about tops. One reason I really wanted to upgrade to, say, a 3x4 single axle or tandem axle, because the tires are smaller and they don't bounce. And 4x4 with a tandem has the same tires as a 3x4. And I don't think they bounce much, but these sure as hell do. Any of you ever run a combine down the road after it's set for a while? This is worse. But hey, you know, we got what we got. And traffic's awesome at the moment. I was thinking of Matt the scrap whisperer this morning, but I didn't get a video. We got done with irrigation and went to head back up to the house. I had to wait for a whole bunch of the older cows decided to come across the bridge to go in the other gate where we moved them. And, oh, we sat there and waited for the traffic jam. Get this home so Ty can clean it up, come back, and you can't see it, the trees are in the way. Move the John Deere from back there. Get a load. Maybe get it in.
I got 2 babies down here at the intersection playing.
2 babies at the intersection, she says. So that must mean there's 2 fawns down here. See if we can find them. I doubt it. Downhill, can you tell? And I already slowed down a little.
They're going to be on your right side when you turn down.
And she says they're going to be on my right. Clean windows would help, wouldn't they? I can hear Andy.
Never mind, they're pretty clear now.
There's mommies. Well, mommy and baby. She don't know her left from her right. Go figure, she went to Banks. So did her mother. So did her sister. Well, there, you got to see some deer. She's not too bad, considering we haven't cleaned it off at all. Quite a bit of stuff there. Of course, hydraulic lines are right there. And yeah, lots there. That's, at least a foot deep right there. And I don't know why, this one, when you shut her down, always full of hay in the pickup. And this is something I noticed, it gets a lot packed in here, and I'm not sure why. The other side's worse. The other side, I think, is packed up into there. But Ty will get her cleaned up while I go load. And I don't know what it is out here now, but it's already way too warm. And look, we see him again. Ty said they were on that side of the road and they crossed before I got there.
One of them was on the center line.
So there we
You
go.
can slow down, buddy, because there's a baby right there.
They like it in here. There's the baby in the fence, of course. You gotta feel sorry for them. That fence, they get in and can't get out. Bad enough the other neighbor with a cyclone fence on the other side of the road. but he leaves his gate open so they can get in and out all the time, and they do. This guy leaves this open.
This one and the other side open too.
But when they're in his front yard,
They don't have any.
there's no easy way out. And hey, look, we're just about to. There's the tractor. I found it. This is how I do 2 at a time, especially in a rough field. I'll go forward if I'm not going very far, but if I got to go any distance, it's in reverse because I've broken spindles before. The field where the red barn is on top of the hill right here that we really can't see. We had clover in there one year. Well, more than 1 year, but moving clover bales across the field and going downhill, so with a little more weight on the front. And clover bales are a lot heavier than grass, like alfalfa. And, well, I didn't hurt myself, but came very close to it when it broke. And I wasn't going very fast. So, at least if I'm in reverse, I'm going to get tossed forward before I stop. That's my theory anyway. And I'd show you actually loading the truck, but I got to have a hand on a wheel and I got to have a hand on the hydraulic controls. So, but what I do is I always start on the opposite side I'm loading. I'll load from either side, I don't care. I prefer to load from this side. Got that one up, and then I'll put the next one behind it. Then I'll put the other front one up, then I'll work my way back. That way I can keep them in tight at the front and I can get around whatever's in the way because it's not in the way. Almost loaded. It'll be kind of interesting though. That one's missing number 6. No twine with it. That one, number 6 is where I had to rethread it, so it was a short piece. So I used almost all the twine I had on the tractor to retie it. And this one, number 3, let loose. But the interesting thing is, here's the knot. Here's where it went loose, and this is the piece I tied on it to make it work. So it doesn't have a 6 at all. Neither does that one. So this one's going to go on with a good one to finish out the 2 high. These other 2 will go on the back. So almost done. And way too warm already. All loaded, strapped down. Then I called Becky and asked what she was doing. Asked her if she'd come get me. I took the John Deere over to where we took the rakes yesterday, and I'm not going to drive through there, it's too soft. I'll track it up way too much. And then her and Ty and Blakely all came to get me. So I got the baler blown off, pulled it out, run the pressure washer over it, and the tractor. This thing parked. I don't know if I'm going to unload it today or not because it is just flat out way too warm. Blowing bees out of my horns and letting Blakely hear it. Oh, anyway, kind of a fugly looking load. I didn't get straightened up too good, but the second one on, but that other side looks really good. And apparently, well, I knew I had one bale hanging out quite a ways, so I guess the other bale that was in the baler had just tied when I left the other field. So kind of a bonus. There's 26 bales instead of 24. I only had room for 2 more. And getting out of here, I drive up here and then down to the driveway. Part of it's the hill and part of it's getting lined up right. Got her here, had lunch, went out to check irrigation. Becky comes out yelling and Blakely was screaming. I'll show you the dirty mess. Can't tell Blakely's been in here, can you? Becky was sitting there. Blakely ran around the couch, ran over, tripped, and apparently did a face plant right in here somewhere. It might have been the bridge of her nose. So I went back looking at videos trying to find a picture. And her nose is so tight between her eyes that I don't know if she did it or not, but we asked her where it hurts and she kind of points there. And it kind of looks like she's getting black eyes. So she's off to the ER. Just one more thing. I'm deciding if I unload that or at 94 degrees if I go try to cut some hay. Either way, it's too hot to do either one. Might be shutting that one off tonight. This one should be in about the same time, maybe. And I just had a little oops. That's the riser that was on that pipe. Thankfully, I keep the 4-inch to 3-inch adapter on here. That reddish pink one is the adapter that goes on it to go to this 3-inch. That broke loose when I went to get the valve to open. Yeah, I don't have a wrench with me. So, take it up to the shop. And it was about 2.5 hours ago, I guess. Becky took Blakely into the ER. I don't know if I mentioned it yet. I think I did. Yeah, I know I did. They finally got back into the room about half hour ago, but last thing I heard about 15 minutes ago or 20 minutes ago was they're still waiting for the doctor to show up. Yay. On the plus side, Ty doesn't have to take Blakely home because Brooke's there. I think Matt is too. I'm not sure. And it's way too freaking hot out here. I'm going to go find a cool spot again. And when Becky gets home, I'm going to be all over her butt. The water supply hose for the dishwasher and the adapter to go in the sink drain to hook the dishwasher drain to, and the fittings that go with both of them are nowhere to be found. I'm trying to figure that out since it's too hot out here to do anything. And no, I have not unloaded a single bale off the truck yet. It's going to be probably not late tonight, but it's going to be a morning job, I think. So, and I don't need the truck. They can sit on the truck for a couple of days. I really don't care. Anyway, I'm hoping to get Blakely straightened out because I'm reasonably sure that she did break it, but keeping in mind she's young enough, it's not solid. So hopefully they can straighten it up so it doesn't look funny later. I then did find a profile picture of her, and she's got a big dish right between her eyes, but I think it's bigger than it was. I mean, you don't notice it looking head on at her, but from the profile I was like, oh shit. So anyway, I'm going to go find a cool spot again. While I was out there getting that moved, she talked to her mother.
Blakely is okay. She hit her forehead more than anything, but she is okay. She'll just be sore for a couple days, but we're going to make sure we keep a good eye on her for the next couple days. She is okay.
And really, we won't get to because this is Friday, right?
Well, yeah, but you know what.
So that means everybody else will. And she still hasn't found the stuff we're looking for.
I don't know.
And neither have I. So like I said, I'm going to throttle Becky when I see her. So if you see my picture on the news and they use my first, middle, and last name, you'll know what happened. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say thank you all for watching. This one in here says 95 degrees. The one outside says 100. So yes, it's hot out. I don't know which one to believe. Well, hope you all had a good Friday. Everybody has a great weekend, and maybe next time I show you in here, more will be done. I don't know. I do got to get something underneath there because I don't know if they put too much weight here and it pushed down more. This is closer to the floor than this over here is. By 1/8 of an inch. Actually by 3/16. And that basically just clears this, but it won't clear that. Oh look, she's finding stuff.
It was in there. And for the key thing.
Oh, okay. That's for something else that we're going to deal with. At least I got something I can do. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.